Hey, these candles aren't really that bad.
I like the smell too.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
good.
so everyone has to clap 3 times, but you make sure that it's in the frame.
Okay.
Ready? Together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, gorgeous.
I almost busted the little like right after at the baseball games and shit, like the basketball games.
Yeah. Like what do you mean?
Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, I forgot to roll a joint.
Well, get on
It's
it.
too dark now.
No, it's
We're
not.
ready to go,
What?
dude.
I fucking rolled a joint blindfolded.
yeah.
You want to roll it?
I'll roll that shit right now.
Let him roll that shit.
Yeah, give it to J-Rare.
Jesus
Give it to
Christ.
me.
Oh, you won't be able to hear me though, cause I gotta hold the mic.
Ooh, let me roll it then.
You want to roll it?
I can.
You have weed?
No, you smoke.
I got weed.
I got a little bit of weed. Let me see what I got.
Let me show what I got, man.
Here it is.
Well,
Here's
I got these.
some weed. Don't use it all, though.
I got these hemp wraps in my
He
my
said to make
car.
sure you use it all.
No.
Did he say use it all?
No.
I said use it all.
Where's the fuck's the grinder? Okay, honestly, you don't even need a grinder.
So we're gonna roll up a joint.
Yeah, while we do this.
I don't know how much you want me to use, to be honest with you.
All right,
so I'd
Sammy,
rather
if that
you-
computer shuts
said
off and
probably-
stops recording,
I'd
please
rather
let me know.
you- I'd rather you take how much you want me to use.
He said
Just,
all of it.
uh,
Chingao.
yeah, that's pretty much all that's in there.
God damn it.
You said you had that grinder?
Here. I don't know where it's at, though. You don't need to grind it, though. It's. I mean, you don't need to.
So what you're saying is you got some dry ass weed.
Yeah.
And then my hands get all sticky, and then I can't roll the joint
There you
properly.
go.
I can't see. I'm blind, dude.
Yeah, I'm fucking blind.
You're
right now,
extra
too.
because you. It's
What
dark
are we
in
looking
here,
for?
It's sexy.
This is not a good idea.
What do you want? I don't know where I put it.
The grinder. I actually saw like when I was eating.
Oh,
it
thanks.
was by. Or
Thanks a lot,
in
tech
your
support.
Vicinity right there.
Just fucking do it with your hands,
do it with
like
your hands,
the.
God.
Man, everyone's talking shit.
Yeah, man.
I thought we were friends.
Disrupting
Like,
the
I
feng
don't
shui.
even talk shit to you guys, man. You know, I'm just
Shall we start the
a
show?
loving and humble person.
Yeah, let's start the
let's
show.
start
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rev and Filo Halloween special. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's funny.
I'm gonna put some lightning.
Oh,
like
like a scary piano?
yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's
You
gonna go in
gotta
post.
do the little creepy voice.
go.
Welcome.
Wow, this is our
to
first annual
the
Halloween
Rev.
thing. This is our first ever themed episode.
Yeah, and as you can
Now,
see,
did
the
you do
lights,
4th of July?
Did we do 4th of July? But it wasn't
It
really
didn't come
like
out on
4th of
4th of
July.
July.
No, actually, we did, huh? We did
I
the.
think you did 4th of July 3 weeks late.
We came out like about 3 weeks
Okay,
late. This
I'm
is
joking.
gonna come
but
out on
not
Halloween.
this one.
This is gonna be on Halloween.
You got raps? You got raps?
Oh
Three-
shit!
yeah, they're right
3
there.
weeks after Halloween.
You can't see, bro. Felipe lost his glasses, and we're fucking by candlelight.
All right, here we go. Found them.
We're fucking by
We're
candlelight.
by
No.
candlelight.
Oh, okay.
It looks spooky, right? You guys like it?
Yeah, it's
I mean, I
supposed
can
to be
see
a
I can see
seance.
Mikey's picture. It looks,
So I
looks
guess
a
Mike's
little
right. We
spooky.
did do like a themed. Like, remember we did a game where we played 4th of July episodes.
Yeah, we did.
So I guess this isn't our first theme show, but it's our first Halloween show.
Hey.
Yay!
Yeah.
And we have J-Rad back. We got Mikey back.
Hey.
Oh yeah, this is the first time we're doing 4 camera angles. It's gonna
Yeah.
take me a long time.
It's all right. You got it.
Fuck.
He's a
Damn,
professional.
Jared, I'm looking at your camera right
What
now,
you
and you
learning?
look cool as fuck.
Good looking out, man. Thanks. I'm trying to look at you, but I see a big camera in my face.
You're the only one who doesn't have selfie mode.
Fuck.
So we do have some like themed things that we came up with, that you came up with, actually.
Yeah, I have Halloween facts, or we can get right into the game. What do you guys?
Damn,
wanna
let's
do?
just play the
Halloween
game.
facts.
Hey, wait, Halloween
Okay,
facts.
let's just
You
roll
guys
back.
are not
Let's-
afraid of the game?
Come on.
You gotta have
No,
no
okay.
foreplay, man.
This is
Fuck.
Who said that?
This is Filo's Halloween facts.
So,
Alright,
anyway,
That was
so
cool.
everyone goes trick or treating on Halloween.
yes,
50% of children. What kind of candy do you guys prefer on Halloween?
I like
when you
chocolate.
When you
I
went,
like chocolate.
I like
Chocolate.
fucking individual wrapped,
Like
sealed
fun size,
wrapped
yeah.
shit.
fun size Snickers.
When I was a kid, for me it was Skittles.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I prefer chocolate over like
Now that I'm
non-chocolate
older,
candy.
Now that I'm older, I do prefer
Like M&Ms,
Yeah.
fun size M&Ms with the
Mm.
peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not chocolate, it's gotta be like gummy, like sour worms or like
Well, that's
gummy
why, like, the
bears or
chewy
something like
kind of-
chewy.
I mean,
yeah.
You're just basically naming all candy and shit. If
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know.
What about like?
chocolate,
Yeah.
What
it
about
has to
like?
be
Did you guys
gummy.
ever
Yeah.
like candied corn?
No, it's
I actually
disgusting.
love
You
candy
know-
corn.
you
don't
know
like
it's
it?
so
It's
funny.
pretty sweet.
You know what's funny as fuck is like candy corn. It's one of those things where I feel like I hate that shit,
Yeah.
but then like I only eat it when it's there, and then when I eat it, I'm kind of like satisfied.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on real quick,
alright, it's
real
not
quick.
that bad.
Is your thing recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Okay, just
Alright.
keep an eye on it. Okay. Anyway, sorry. You were saying.
Anyway,
Well, thanks for that interruption.
I'm sorry. I totally interrupted you.
Roll
But-
and joy, man.
That shit takes.
I totally fucked your thought up, huh?
It takes skill.
It's
Nah,
alright.
and
Well,
I
let
was
me just
done
get
with candy corn.
let
It's
me
like
get
just
back-
like
okay.
that.
let me get back to the fact.
Fucking done with it.
So 50% of children prefer to receive chocolate on Halloween.
That's the lamest fact I've ever heard in my
50%.
life.
I mean,
50.
Who cares?
I'm just saying 24% prefer non-chocolate candy
Okay.
and 10% prefer gum.
What candy do you like?
I just said right now, chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. But like
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
specific? Like I like Reese's peanut butter cups. That's my favorite.
The Reese's
Yeah.
with the Cubs. I like Reese's
Uh,
Pieces too.
Nah, I like
I'm fucking
the cup. Like I don't know. I always like the cup.
Well,
Yeah, but
but 10% that prefer gum.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is giving gum out?
the,
Huh?
Gum.
the little bazooka Joes.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
you
that's
know,
right.
the little nickel bubble fucking gum ones that look like a little individual fucking wax paper and shit wrap.
Yeah, that's right. Everything good?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I heard this fact that 10%, I was thinking like a spearmint fucking, like the spearmint
Oh,
gum.
like juicy.
yeah,
gum.
yeah, like
No.
like giving out packs of like.
What about like bazooka gum?
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Whoa.
right
Oh, is that what you were saying? Man, I
Yeah.
am not paying
Because
attention.
that,
Oh, even-
that has
uh,
cartoons, no? Doesn't that
the-
have cartoons? or
Yeah, it
something?
had a comic in it.
Yeah.
And they have
Bazooka
the
Joe.
bubblegum balls too. Those shits come
Yeah,
in there
that's
too.
right. Huh.
What about you know what I always liked? The chocolate mint. You know those little like rectangle things where it has the mint in the middle, but it's chocolate.
Oh, the Aspen mint.
Is that yeah?
I
Oh
think that's
man, I
what it's
fucking
called.
love those ever since I was a kid, dude. But they don't ever give those out on Halloween. You only get those
No,
like,
you only get them at restaurants.
like at
after you
restaurants.
eat. Shit.
dude, at Philippe's, you know the sandwich place in downtown.
Yeah.
They have the little candy spot at you know towards the exit,
Yeah.
and they sell the little mint chocolates, but for like 10 cents, I would buy like 100 of them, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
You would
100?
literally
100,
buy
bro.
100.
No, I wouldn't buy 100. I would buy like 5 or 6 of them.
And chew them all at once.
10
And
cents?
eat
So
them
how
all
much is
at
a
once.
hundred?
It's only $10.
Who knows that
right?
math?
It's not that
They're
bad.
10 cents each.
And if I buy 100, that's 10
Yeah.
bucks. You
10
just
bucks.
said it.
$10?
Yeah.
Hey, you're
Not
good.
Not
You're
even
good,
that
bro.
fucking good at math,
You
dude.
came up on Common Core, Big Dad?
No, big dog.
We got like
Okay, what's the next fact?
Let's see. An average kid gets about 11,000.
I didn't realize it was in the frame. You were
An
saying?
average kid gets about 11,000 in calories. 11,000 calories.
11,000 calories in
And
one
candy,
night
yeah, in
of
one night.
candy Halloween.
so
That's
they were
how
to
they
eat-
intake it.
wow.
Yeah, no. If they were to eat their whole bag of candy, an average bag of candy during Halloween, like if you were to go, and
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
I get you.
average kid would get 11,000 worth of calories.
Well,
in
that-
that
Wow.
Fucking
Don't you have any better Halloween facts? I mean,
yeah,
what the
but I'm
fuck
getting
is
there.
this?
I'm
Okay.
getting there.
Get in
Jesus.
there.
Jesus.
gotta crawl
Bro,
before
we're
you
doing
walk,
like
man.
statistics and shit.
Yeah.
Come on. Give us
What's-
like something scary.
Something scary. You want?
That's
huh?
fucking scary.
I'll
11,000
give you-
fucking
I know
calories.
That is like
There's a
that,
diabetes crisis in this country, all right?
Yeah.
that is disturbing.
Yeah.
But
You
still
want haunted places?
or something.
I'm giving you facts right now.
Fuck. All right, go.
What's the oldest you went Halloween trick or treating?
Ooh, I didn't go
Fuck.
trick or treating when I was a kid.
I think I was like,
At all?
No.
I think I was like
What?
13 or 14
yeah.
maybe.
Nah,
13, 14?
I went skating though.
Oh,
Me and
yeah,
my buddies
I
went
was-
on skateboards.
I was like 15.
No, we hauled
15?
ass and got a bunch
Yeah.
of candy.
Yeah, I think for me it was like 10 or 11 was the last time I went trick or treating.
Last time we went.
Damn.
The one and only
Then you
time.
started working.
The only one and only time I went trick or treating, I was like 15 and I went with a couple of my friends around MPK.
The only time.
The only time.
And how old are you?
15 years old.
Are your
What the
parents?
I
How
was
is-
Pancho Villa.
Are your parents
That's dope.
Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
My
happened?
parents
bro?
were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, okay.
They're not anymore, but they were
Oh,
at the time.
alright.
Till I was like 13.
Well, in
It was torture.
and
Nah, it wasn't too bad. As a kid,
He said that laugh off fucking.
Yeah.
He's like, you got scared and shit. Like, fuck. Oh, shit, I fucked up.
as a kid, not celebrating holidays, oh, it was horrible.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, think
Nah, it's
about
all
it. Though.
good.
It's not
When I
that
get
horrible.
It
celebrated- Put it on
wasn't
the
too bad
podcast.
because like my grandma was Catholic, so like, you know, they would still give us shit.
Think
Like,
about
this-
it,
My
man.
parents would just look the other way.
You would have been
That's crazy.
You would have been
way.
obese as fuck. Eating, you would probably wouldn't have had no control over eating all that damn candy.
Yeah, my
when
parents
you
just let me
got
run
here,
wild
just
on
fucking let
on
you eat
Halloween.
it. Like, ah.
Well,
it was
fuck it.
never got to dress up, you know.
What?
well, now you get to
Oh,
dress
Now I
up.
get to
damn.
dress up as an adult.
Where's your
Great.
fucking Where's your costume at now, big dad?
Shit? I'm wearing a mask.
Well, Mikey, J-Rad, you would have been jailed in Belleville, Missouri, because it's illegal
Missouri.
to ask for candy over the age of 13.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wait,
they can't, So
what?
the kids can't go and ask.
Over
candy
13, they
over
can't
thir-
trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
In what
What?
country?
Missouri.
In the US.
Missouri.
Yeah.
In what
United
state?
States of America.
What if you got like some big ass grass fed 12-year-old that comes up to your house and then just like, hey, what's up?
Check
Trick
this
or
out. In
treat.
Dublin, Georgia, it's illegal to wear masks, sunglasses, or any facial covering. And what is it?
Wait, what?
Dublin, Georgia.
Dublin.
Georgia.
Georgia.
I want to go there for some
Oh,
reason.
Georgia.
And in Alabama, it's illegal to dress
Why
up
is
as a
this
priest or a
light
nun.
so huge? Look at that. That's
Wow.
I
crazy.
put it on crack mode.
Oh, this
Why?
big has. Oh no way.
Yeah, I know how it usually doesn't.
Oh shit.
No
it's not a big
way.
actually though, but
It's a fake.
Okay, any scary facts? Come on, none of these are scary.
No, what do you want? What do you want scary?
Uh,
Most
that-
haunted places.
Okay, there you go. I know a haunted
Oh,
place. I
I-
went to a haunted place once.
Your house, dude.
Yeah.
It's your fucking closet.
Yeah, your closet. That's
Remember
right.
the attic?
No, I went to a haunted hospital once. It was pretty fucking scary.
The one in.
And I'm not talking about like it was dressed up as a haunted house. I'm talking about an abandoned hospital.
Hospital.
The one in East LA.
Yeah, the one right there by Hollenbeck Park in
Oh,
Boyle
yeah.
Heights.
I
I know
skated.
Mike knows
Is
that
it
one.
really?
I
Is
skated
it
in
really?
there.
It's
really,
it's an old folks home now.
yeah, no, it's not. It's
Is that a fucking?
My
Randy?
grandma lives there, dude.
Their apartments are not old.
Is that a
folks'
Randy's
Oh,
right?
their
Grandma?
apartment. My
Yeah,
grandma,
it's
my
fucking
grandma
bad.
Mary, my mom's mom lives there. Now
In the hospital. I mean, in the place that used
it
to
was
be
a hospital that was abandoned for a long time. That when my dad was a kid, it was open. It was a real hospital, or maybe even my uncles, who are my dad's the youngest, so even my uncles or something. But when they were kids, but yeah, and then it was closed for a long time, and then they used to like film movies there.
It
once
was
in a
owned
while.
by WB.
Yeah, they used to film movies there, but like year round, it was just chained up. So
Yeah.
like you know, it would just it just had a rep for being haunted. And
I
jumped-
skated in there. We jumped in from first story window that was open. We went inside. There was like no light. Like so, it was, once we got up to the second floor, I swear I couldn't even see my friend in front of me. It was like pitch black.
Damn, really? Because all the windows are like painted. and shit
Everything
up.
was
Man, that's fucking
boarded
scary,
up,
dude.
Damn.
and I started hearing like crickling on the floor. We were skating around, so we lost each other. There was
So
like
random.
5 of us that went in there.
How old were you?
Like 15, 16.
Man, I would
That-
have been
the
shitting my
skate
pants.
Park,
dude.
I was always
There's
at the
no
skate
way
park
I
right
would have
there.
made it. There's no way I would have made it in that.
That's
far.
like that
Um,
story that Tom told me.
What story
Wait, I
was
want to hear
that?
Mikey's story.
Okay.
Well,
Oh.
so 5 of us went in, breaking and entering too. So if the cops show up, then fuck, I don't think we'd get arrested at the time, but whatever. So they go inside.
Someone's getting called.
That's not me.
I don't have that kind of fucking phone.
Oh shit! It's my phone. God damn it, Stan.
Fucking dick face.
My bad. That was me. Who's getting called right now?
We're like,
God
holy
damn
shit, it's
it.
the ghost from the hospital. Anyway.
Okay, wait. You were saying so? Okay, wait. You're in the hospital. It's pitch black on the second floor.
I
You're
was-
skating around,
well,
and y'all
so-
got separated.
So the first floor we can see a little bit from the one window we broke into. But so I was like I was the third, fourth person in.
Uh-huh.
The first two, as soon as they got in, they jumped on their board right away and went down the hallway.
Man,
didn't
and this
see-
was first floor.
Yeah, and we didn't see them again. So
Never,
now-
ever.
No, we
Nah,
saw
you-
them. Not-
Okay.
not-
Damn,
not-
never to be seen ever again.
Wow.
Fuck.
They're still in the
On the
hospital,
milk,
they say.
the milk carton kid.
Yeah. So then me and my two other buddies, we stick together. We were on the pack. We didn't want to.
Mhm.
We didn't
Hell
want to
yeah.
get lost.
You guys back to back.
And then even okay, fuck scary like ghosts and shit. What if like people are squatting in there and shit like
Yeah, we
crazy
didn't know
people?
Nothing about that.
Yeah.
So there might have been people in the dark when I was hearing noises, and it could have been homeless people or something. I wouldn't have
Ooh,
known.
Man, I'm
So
getting scared right now.
I went up to
honestly.
the
Just
second.
the thought of that.
I think it's like 5 or 6 stories.
You scared of homeless people?
I'm
I
scared
went
of the
into
dark.
I went into the second floor. That stairway going up was just pitch black, scary as hell.
Man, I would have turned back. There's no way.
Yeah, I went a few feet into the second floor, realized that it was just dark as hell. I couldn't see nothing. I ran out, like, because just your mind, your thoughts can't
Starts fucking with you, right?
Well, here's okay. So I went in the same hospital. I didn't get as far as Mike. Frankly, I would have not have wanted to go that far.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fucking. When it comes to like scary like shit, I'm a big old pussy. I'm fucking scared of that shit. But anyways,
No way.
like ghosts and monsters.
Fucking-
No, but here's what happened. So, where we entered, there was a fence, and then it was like the ambulance where it was like the emergency ambulance where the ambulance would go if it was like the ER. You
Is
know
it
what
like
I'm saying?
is it like a driveway that goes
It's like
down?
a driveway that goes down.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You know where I'm
about.
at. So I
Yeah.
remember we got in. So we at the time the fence was kind of shitty. Now it has like this crazy. Well, actually now I don't think they have the fence at all. Do they?
No, it's
'Cause
parking
it's-
lot now. And
yeah.
it's because it's apartments now.
Right. They used, but
Wow.
they before they turned into apartments, they had like a big old like iron fence that was impossible to get over. But before that,
Right.
I'm talking like 99, 2000. It was just a shitty fence, that like had holes in it. It was easy to get in, no problem. So we get in and we start walking, and it's daytime. It's not even nighttime.
Oh, pussies.
It's fucking daytime.
Just fucking with you.
It's fucking daytime, and I start walking. We start walking down the ER like little driveway, and like
So you're,
I
like,
swear to God, dude, yeah, like that's
The Bob.
the Bob.
Bobblehead.
Dude, and I swear to God, like I don't know, like if you just like your mind, like Mike says, like your mind starts like playing tricks on you, but like, so I felt like the walls as I was walking in, I felt like the walls were like getting taller and taller, and I was like, as I got farther away from like the entrance, I just started to get like more and more scared. Like I was like, oh shit. So then I ran back, and then one of the homies was like, oh, I found like this. He found like a window that we could crawl through, right? So everyone's like, oh, that right, let's go in. I don't want to go in, but I don't want to look like a fucking loser either. So I have to like peer pressure
you had to
kicked
do
in.
it?
I was younger than Mike, dude. I was like 11 or 12 years old,
Oh shit.
and we got into this room, and it was like a medical room, and there was just all kinds of shit everywhere, just like boxes and just like a bunch of shit just scattered everywhere. And we just walked through, and like we went into a second room, and there was like a chair, and it looked like a dentist chair, but we thought maybe it was a chair that like where you could like torture people. Like it looked like you would like strap them in.
Oh shit.
And then after that, I got scared and ran the fuck out of there. But like if I was no way, I would have made it to a dark ass hallway with no light. There's no way I would have made it that far in there.
Well,
I would have started crying, honestly.
Tom has a similar story, but he saw something in there.
What did he see?
So he went into the hospital.
Same place.
Yeah, same place. He went into the hospital, and then same thing. He got separated from his friends, just like Mikey did. And
He was in an abandoned hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. Where at?
I don't know if it was the same hospital or for another one.
Maybe.
But-
Where did Tom grow up? Echo Park, you said?
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever.
South
Anyway.
Park's not that far. I mean,
But anyway, he went. So he went into the hospital.
oh,
Same
that
thing,
park's
broke
famous,
in.
man.
And then his friends got separated, and same thing. He said it got dark. Then he got to some rooms that were the windows that there was some light that came in. And when he went into the room and he was looking for his friends, he said,
How old was he?
Fuck, I don't. He didn't tell me,
Okay.
but he said he was young.
Okay.
And when he went in there, he said he saw like a little girl, like in a white gown.
Oh,
hell
shit!
no.
Oh,
Yeah. Fuck
fuck,
no.
I got
Well, hold
chills,
on,
bro.
hold on. That's not even the end of the story.
Oh man, that's fucking scary.
So he sees the girl.
I forget how afraid I get of like scary stories. I'm all afraid right now.
So he sees the girl and he runs. He runs away. He gets out of the hospital. He finds his friends outside, and they take off.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says, a couple of days later, he's playing on his computer, and while he's on his computer, he looks to his right because he feels like there's somebody there, and the same little girl was standing right next to
I
him.
would have fucking
No
jumped out the
way.
fucking
Yeah,
window.
And so
Yeah.
then he just like he's like, oh shit, and he just went straight to playing the game and ignored her. And then eventually she would go away. Every now and then he said that she would appear like in his restroom,
But
the
would she
door,
be look?
or
Wait,
the
but
last time that-
did he? Was she looking at?
yeah,
him?
she was looking at him.
I'd fucking.
And then
Fuck
she
that,
said the
dude.
last time he saw her, he was sitting on his bed. He was watching TV and he was on his bed, and in the reflection when it went to like commercial, it would get like that. blinking
Oh
window,
my
like,
god!
that-
I would like kill myself,
She
dude.
was
I would think I'm going
sitting-
crazy.
on top of his head. He said,
Sitting,
Oh!
sitting on his head,
Oh!
like
It's
Indian,
what- yeah, this-
Indian position.
"You think?
or
Yeah,
like-
yeah."
Fuck.
And then and then he said eventually she just went away. He ignored her, and
Yeah, okay, I got a scary story.
That's some fucking
That's a movie.
Yeah,
that's
Tom's
some-
living a movie.
That's some weird shit.
I know, dude, that's like
Yeah.
scary. Like I would be like, what the? I would think I'm going nuts if that were
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen anything?
Okay, I've never seen anything, but my uncle told me a story that used to scare the shit out of me. Now it makes me laugh because it's ridiculous. But he used to be about the same fucking hospital that me and Mike talked about, because that's just been in that fucking neighborhood for like 100
Dude,
years.
it's been there forever.
So my uncle said that when he was a little boy, my uncle is like 63-ish, 4-ish, so a while back when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
That hospital was a hospital that had patients, and it was a
it was a hospital.
It was a real hospital.
It was a hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, a hospital. I thought it was
you
one of
didn't
them
say
fake
that.
hospitals.
With an emergency room?
I thought it was one of them play
Oh.
hospitals.
The Bay Hospital.
No, but he
Crazy hospital.
so he said that he would go into the hospital because he said when he was a kid, there was really nothing to do. There was no TV. There was no fucking radio. You just fucking
go hang
just
out the
find
hospital.
shit to do.
just walked around
And
the
he said that he would
buildings.
go into the hospital and like run around the buildings. And he said that
How old is your uncle?
I don't know.
He's
He's saying I'm assuming he's a kid, so anywhere from like maybe 8 to like 11 years
Okay.
old. You know, where you're
Uh-huh.
just like a straight explorer.
Like, okay, so what year is this?
So my uncle was born in 1955. So
Oh,
if he's
shit,
let's
okay.
just say like
Alright.
68ish,
Yeah.
67. So he said that on one of the like on the bottom level, if you went down the right hallway, that you would get to the door that was the morgue, which is
Uh-huh.
where all the dead people are at, right?
Yeah,
Where they keep all
yeah.
the corpses. And he said that there would always be a nurse by the morgue door, and that every time he would walk by the morgue, the nurse would look at him and she would say, "Room for one more."
I'm sure he wasn't fucking with you.
Oh my god! He used to tell me that story when I was a little kid, and I used to believe it. I used to be like, "Whoa!" I used to scare the shit out of me.
Room for one.
Speaking of made up shit, there's two stories I want to be told right now, and I don't know. There's one I know that you Mike and J-Rad have a similar story,
Oh, which one?
and Mike, I'm gonna repeat this. You probably don't want to hear it right now because it is nighttime.
What? It's a scary story.
And he said when he was a kid,
Okay.
he said he might have saw a vampire.
Ooh. See now, like in my camera, I'm like looking at like, it's all dark behind me. I'm getting all scared. I'm gonna see fucking the girl.
I can't even.
I'll cry, bro.
I can't
You'll
even
I'll
cry?
fucking
see
cry.
shit.
I don't give a fuck.
I'd probably scream, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Oh god, you know what? The power of the mind is more fucking
pretty-
strong.
No
dude.
doubt, dude.
So, Mike, explain the story.
In my older age, I don't know what the fuck I think I saw.
Okay, well, explain what you saw.
Well, in your younger age, what the fuck did you see?
Yeah,
It's in the current room I live in and I sleep in right now.
Ooh,
And I look at
shit.
that.
it's not in it.
Whoa, it's I sleep in that room.
Damn, you know
where
what,
I-
Mike? You look like upset right now. Like you look like you're getting scared.
Well, let him. Let
You
him.
might just
tell
be
you.
stoned though.
Are you gonna?
I'm
Are you,
very stoned.
are you
Yeah,
about to
I'm
get emotional on this?
No, no.
Emotional on this?
What did it touch you?
No, believe me. When I was
Okay, now I want to hear this.
All
'cause
right, what
actually,
is
now
that?
I have a
Was
story.
it an incubus?
No.
Well, we haven't because J-Rad has. some of the
Okay,
ones
go.
that-
I must have. I don't know. Preteen for sure. I don't even think I was double digits yet. Maybe 10, 9 years old, whatever.
Mhm.
So the window, when I was smaller, the window seemed like it was
Huge.
was bigger.
Yeah.
It was huge. I hear a ticking, tick 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 at the window.
like a tapping on the window.
Yeah, and I was the only one in the room at the time. Everyone. I think there was like 12 people that lived in that house at that time. Like maybe even 15. My uncles were living in the living room. So I go to the window and I open the curtains, and I see this. I don't have that much of a ledge outside the window.
Yeah, he's on the second floor.
I'm on the second
Yeah.
floor
In your room,
in
right?
my room
I-
above looking the Shakey's parking lot.
So there's like
Oh,
a
shit.
steep drop.
Like
Okay.
it's down.
Yeah.
And okay.
So as soon as I open the curtains, I see this all black, white, bald looking.
Pale skin. He was wearing all black.
He was wearing all black. Felipe helped me describe him the best way. Like Nosferatu. He kind of
Yeah.
looked like that
Oh,
old
yeah.
vampire. Very.
That's right, because he
Bald,
couldn't explain
like
it to me. And I said,
bald.
"Well, how did he look?" And he kept saying he looked bald, pale.
That's
And then I
like
showed him a
Nosferatu.
picture. I showed him a picture of Nosferatu, and he was like, "Yeah, that guy."
Had you
Scary.
Yeah.
That's too scary.
had you ever seen Nosferatu before?
No,
that,
I've heard
like,
of him.
Like, have you ever seen?
But he never
you-
saw the picture. He
But
never
did you
saw
see
the
like
never saw the
recently?
film.
Had you seen like a vampire movie or some
No.
shit around that? Like,
No, not
just
that I remember at that
Out of the
time.
fucking blue, it just happened.
Yeah. And so it was.
And you said he was tapping on the window.
Yeah, and then it looked like.
Damn,
and
isn't
then I
that a
op-
scene from The Simpsons?
I opened the
Nah,
curtain
it's
and
a
it looked
scene.
like he was just like standing, like on the little. There's tiny little bit.
Did you hear? No.
No.
There's a scene from Salem's Lot that's like old ass
Similar to
fucking-
that? Did you maybe
Yeah.
think it was a dream? Do you remember like sleeping, or were you like in a daze, or it just happened?
It just happened, and I remember running, closing the window, like shocked, like that someone was out there, like just standing outside. And I ran to go tell my aunt and my mom. I think we're in the next room.
Ooh,
And then they come look, and then they just thought I was
crazy.
like,
On
what-
drugs.
What was I looking for? No, I was like 9,
Fuck.
10 years old.
on drugs.
And like,
Maybe
what
you
did
had
What did you say? What did you see?
Huh.
It was weird.
And you still don't know what it is.
I still don't know what it is. And
So that's just one time you just saw that,
And
huh?
so you think it might be a vampire?
the other night, I saw my curtain was half open on that window,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in bed, and I got up and I went to go close it shut because it's.
Because you saw it open?
Yeah,
Cause
you're
and it's still like,
traumatized.
Still lingers, huh?
yeah.
Man,
Now, J-Rad.
really, huh?
Now, hold on. Now,
Okay.
J-Rad, you said you had a story, right?
The homie
Uh-huh.
told me about the story
Okay,
where he
yeah.
told me about a vampire.
Listen to this, Mike.
So like, check it out. Similar shit. Like this fool was inside. He lives inside. I'm not gonna say his name and shit 'cause I don't want to put him on blast. But
Right.
this fool, he lives in a 2-story house. It's like a quadruplex and shit. And like his fucking spot is on the 2nd floor. And so this fool said that he heard like a fucking tapping at the window.
Oh
He's-
shit.
He said like the way he described it.
Uh huh.
He said that it looked like some fucking like pale like emo fool.
Uh huh.
And like this fool claimed that he was fucking pretty much like floating outside his fucking window, and then afterwards this fool was like trying to like tell him to open the door, and then this nigga was like, what the fuck, tripping out. And then he said that the shit jumped from
Oh,
fucking
shit.
roof to roof, like it started jumping on roof to roof, like afterwards it just left.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah,
and
that's the
he
story.
said, was he wearing all black or anything? Did he describe like the way he looked?
Yeah, like like he just said he didn't describe what he was wearing. He just said that I guess he might have been wearing all black 'cause he said he looked like some emo
Like
fool.
emo
Yeah.
or goth?
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I do
Okay.
have a story that I've seen.
Okay.
Like, personally, it doesn't have to do with vampires, but it has
Uh-huh.
to do with like ghosts and shit.
Uh huh.
Okay.
So, in the house that I live in, the upstairs on like the side where my grandma used to live is kind of it's spooky and shit. And like we've been living there for like fucking 30 something years, 35 over 35
Mhm.
years. And my like I remember one time I was inside of my grandparents' room, and like upstairs there's this hallway that you walk down. It's like a whole floor. You walk from one side to the other. When you walk up the stairs one way, you go to the other fucking side.
What was that, bro?
We're I don't know. Hold on.
Let him finish.
I'm rambling and shit.
Okay.
I'm giving you guys. I'm giving
Hey,
you
I
guys
kind of
more-
started zoning out.
Yeah.
I'm giving you guys
Fucking
more
high.
details. So
Yeah, dude,
look,
you-
we're in the room. I'm inside of a room, fucking watching TV and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's me and my ex-girl, my girl at the time and shit. We end up walking back towards like with the steps, and we're going down the steps. And I look back into the room, and I see the fucking chair, like the rocking chair in the fucking
Rocking.
room is fucking rocking and
Fuck.
shit. And so I'm like, I tripped out, and I'm like,
Mhm.
that shit. You know how when the fucking hair's like on the back of your fucking
Yeah.
neck?
What did you-
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh,
Huge.
that's-
Maybe it was just a huge draft.
Nah, like there was no windows open and shit. It was nighttime. Like I know, like us walking from one side to the other
can create a little.
wouldn't
bit of
have done that. Nobody was sitting
Maybe
on
the
that shit.
floor
We were like,
moved, shifted.
nah,
Mm.
nah. My cousin seen shit in that same house. She said in the room that where I used to live, because at times she stayed in that house and we stayed next door. So she said that she saw a little girl like fucking jump, like fall out of the window that was in the room where we both used to stay at. Like she stayed there at one time, and then I stayed there at one time. the same room I got sleep paralysis in and shit.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
So-
Maybe that's how
hey.
that kid died.
Yeah,
reliving its death
Yeah,
over
it's
and
like
over.
a little.
Fuck.
She said it's like a
Oh
young,
man, that was
young-
dark.
Jesus. Happy death.
Well, I
okay,
saw
I
part 2. I had to watch part 2.
I got,
Okay.
I got one.
Okay, Rev's got one.
Nice.
I got one. This is another one that my uncle told me, but this one actually has some truth to it because
Okay.
Okay.
I sort of did some like quote unquote research, and there was some truth to it. So on the street again, very near where the hospital was that we talked about earlier, on the street where my dad grew up. He grew up. My dad's the youngest, and he has 3 older siblings. So my uncle John, who's my dad's oldest brother, he told me a story that directly across the street from my grandmother's house, where they
Right.
still live, my grandpa and my aunt still live there. There's a house, and no one ever lived there. Someone owned it, but it never had any residents ever. As long as I've been alive and I lived and been around that street, there was never anyone that ever lived there. So my uncle told me that when he was a kid, or when there was a time on the block when they were growing up, that there was a couple there that was an old couple, and that the lady was like kind of like she had like, she was kind of deformed. She kind of had like a little bit of a hunch, you know, she didn't kind of cripply, kind of didn't really walk right, and that the husband
Kind of crippled.
All right.
That was fucked up.
like, you know
For
what I
the
mean?
record.
No, I mean, like, but like she just had like
She was
some sort of like,
handicapped.
she was
handicapped, right?
Hey, you PC, bro?
I mean, when I was a kid, my uncle would describe that she had like a hump.
Right. Okay.
So,
Hunchback.
and that her husband was blind, and he would only ever hang out on the porch, and that he would smoke cigarettes on this porch and like just sit in his chair, his rocking chair, right? So that so that this couple lived there, and that they just lived there, and they were old, they didn't have kids, this and that one day they just didn't live there anymore. Like, they were old, they might have died. He goes, but no one ever came to like, oh, the ambulance came or this and that. Just one day they were just gone.
They just dipped
Right.
out.
Yeah.
All of their shit too.
I don't know. So the guy. So then there was a guy who still lives there on that street, who lived in the house next door to it, and he's the one who owned the house and he purchased it, but he never
Lived
had
there.
any residents go in there. He just used it for storage.
Huh.
So one day he says they're just gone. So anyways, and then that's it.
Right.
Nothing ever happens. So my uncle, this is when he was a kid, this happened. So now he grows up. He says he's like 22, and my uncle worked for the phone company for like 100 years. Not 100 years, but like he worked there 10 years.
Longer than the phone?
Worked for 100 years?
Yeah, you know, he used to
Damn.
work at the phone company, like when they had like the
Was it-
operator, get me, you know, get me.
I need to send the message to New York.
He was
Send
an
them
operator.
He
was
said
a
that when
phone
he
operator?
first joined the phone company, the big innovation in telecommunications, was the touchpad. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. You know what I'm saying? Because before
Touch
that, all
tone,
the
the
touch
touch
tone.
tone
Before
pad.
they had, they just
Yeah.
had the rotary that does. Anyways, so when he says that his first year he worked at the phone company, and he used to work the night shifts, and that one day he came home late at night, and this is true. There's a tree that is over that house, and there's no other fucking trees on the block except this tree, and it covers the house completely, and it casts like a shade over it all year round. There's always shade because the tree's just always there.
Nice.
And when at nighttime, when all the lights come on, all the street lights, that shit is always dark because the tree's
Yeah,
there
the
and
tree's
no
blocks
light
it.
goes past the tree. It's always dark. So he says that he comes up and and again, my grandma's house was directly across the street from this house. That he gets up and he gets home from work and it's like midnight or whatever, and he walks up to the porch, puts a key, and he said he looks back at the house. He looks back at the house in the darkness, and that he saw that little cigarette butt light up.
Oh, like the fucking dude's spirit.
Yeah, and then light back down.
Hold on. J-Rat.
Oh man.
Man.
And,
I gotta do the clap again.
No, you're good. That's the story. That's pretty cool. I gave myself chills.
You believe in
I gave
entities, ghosts,
I mean, no.
Shit, I do.
I believe in energy.
energy?
I believe in negative and positive fucking.
So what do
Well,
you think that spirit was? Like
I
what
don't know.
what kind of energy you think that was?
He was
That-
just there. Maybe he was just there,
that-
just
that-
hanging out.
So you think that person died and his soul, that spirit, that energy went back to where you felt most peaceful, most...
Yeah, the house.
I don't know.
Like
that
I
spot.
guess
Is
so.
that-
Maybe.
Is that a heaven?
Maybe that's just
like
what
where that little girl died off that window. Maybe she's reliving her hound, just dying over and over and over.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, there's
fuck.
been times when the TV turns on by itself in that house when my aunt was
Oh, no
living
way.
there. The TV turned on by itself and shit. And like she got all scared and she told me that she screamed like, "Get the fuck out of my house."
Oh,
Like,
shit.
she got all aggressive with it because like low key the shit had been kind of like creeping everybody out
Yeah.
for a long time. And then like eventually all of that shit just stopped happening
way.
and shit. Yeah, like it just stopped.
After she said that, the ghost was like, "Fine, I'll leave."
Yeah, my
Like,
aunt.
I thought I was playing.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's nice, but when she gets mean, like I guess she can scare a ghost away. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I
So-
was just playing.
Man, Jesus.
And there's another house in Inglewood that my aunt used to live in.
Yeah.
That, after they lived there, because like we used to pass it every day on the way to school. So my aunt and her husband and like her kid moved there, and like the baby Daniel, he was like still like probably like a year two, maybe like a year and a half old, and he would wake up in the bed while they would put him in the crib at night to go to sleep in this fucking house, and he would wake up in the bed, and they fucking like tripped out, dude, like fucking like it was crazy. So then afterwards, like I remember I was there one time. It was me and my grandmother. She had to watch my cousin. She just so happened to like take me along with her and shit. So we were right there, and like the way that they had the little kitchen, they had the refrigerator like kind of like at the back of the kitchen, and it was kind of like a little tight one.
Right.
So there was some bread that my grandmother had just put on the refrigerator and shit.
Yeah.
And we walk around, and like you can't see the refrigerator, but all you do is you just fucking see the fucking bread fly from the fucking off the fridge, just like we saw that shit and we tripped out. Like my aunt.
Fuck, that's fucking scary.
You,
Yeah,
don't think, you don't think a window was open?
Nah.
I never seen anything like
No,
that, dude.
dude, fucking, it was a
I know,
full,
that's a joke, bro.
a full
I never
loaf
really
of
seen anything
bread,
like
dude.
that.
I
Like,
saw,
just like flying across
I
the
saw
room.
this
Unless,
shit.
unless there were like
Dude,
two mice on top that ran
No.
by
Jay,
real quick.
you remember right when we were working? I remember you guys saw me, but when I had that experience in the fucking program room at the DCP.
Yeah, you told me about
Oh,
that.
with the
yeah, yeah.
table.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
pulled you
and
back,
they pulled
right?
me back.
Hey,
yeah.
what about the one
Wow.
where the housekeeping told you that there was like a
Oh,
crying lady
yeah.
or something?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So there's so the story with the table. I was walking through the program room, and J-Rad and Lewis turned off
Oh,
the
you're gonna
light.
tell that story? I thought you were
No,
gonna tell.
I'll tell the other one right now. This was real quick.
Yeah.
I seen like a shadow person.
It was
dude,
you thought it was the mannequin. Huh?
yeah, I thought it
Remember
was
we
a
had the
mannequin, dude.
there?
But it had like a hat on, so I started looking
a
at it.
hat on.
Yeah, it had like a top hat, but like a short one.
Get the fuck out,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, and
Lights are off?
Could have been an
Lights are
opera
off.
goer, dude.
Yeah.
the only light I could see was at the end, like to the other side.
You
to
don't
get
want to go.
to-
You don't want to go past that.
So I was running. I ran, dude. I ran through. I was trying to run fast as I could, and then I saw that shadow person, and I looked at it, and then when I stopped there, it kind of lunged at me,
Yeah.
and then so I was like, oh shit! So I walked even faster towards the light, and then it just yanked on the table, and I was like, oh
What?
shit! And then I pulled forward, and then yanked again, and at that point I got mad. I got like his aunt. I was like, what the fuck? And then it just like, yeah, dude. And
What the fuck, man?
Yeah. So it let
I'm
go.
on the clock,
I'm
bro.
on the fucking clock.
Stop fucking with me, bro.
So yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And then it let go, and I ran right outside. And then fucking fuck you.
I
You
would've
said you were gonna
fucking-
cry.
I would have cried.
You
I would have shot
probably-
myself and just
you
fetal
shit your
position.
pants.
I would have screamed, ah! So someone helped me.
So Sammy sees me. Yeah, dude. I was like pale. Sammy looks at me. He's like, hey, dude, what the fuck? You okay? Like I heard you screaming. I don't. Sammy, do you remember that day? Yeah. Did you hear the screaming?
Yeah, I heard you. I was on the other side on
Yeah, that's right.
Hold on.
Kochek side.
Where were you at?
I was on the other side where the Kochek is at.
Like on Grand, right?
Yeah, I was on Grand and you were on Hope, and
And
then
you heard him scream?
and I heard him scream from all the way.
No, over
From
there.
How do you
across-
scream like, ah?
From across the way,
Nah,
I heard
nah.
you scream. Man.
Like what did you like? How did you hear? Like what did the screaming sound like?
Like a how?
Like a
Ah!
Yeah, so it was probably like a.
Like a ah!
Yeah, and so then I go back over there and was like, hey, dude, like, what happened? I heard you screaming, and you're like, oh, fuck, bro, like, you were pale.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
Damn.
And then
That's crazy.
and then actually beginning of this year, fucking I heard a couple stories actually, and they're all relatable to. They're all on the same floor of the
Second
same
floor.
house.
Uh-huh.
Second floor.
Yeah.
This time it's the second floor. What that experience I had was on the first floor. So these two stories happened on the second floor in front of the founder's room. So apparently one night, they had a post event, so after the show they had like a dinner. They cleared out. Usually those dinners end around 1 or 2 in the morning, right? So when they had that dinner, now everyone's gone and housekeeping comes in to pick up whatever they need to pick up for the next day or whatever. So they go in and they see a lady dressed in white, like in a huge gown, almost like a Victorian gown. That's what they said. And she's in the corner, right there on the Hope Street side, right in the corner, looking like right where they have the speakers. And she's like facing. Remember like Blair Witch? You know how like
Facing
at
the
end-
opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking scary.
So she's facing there.
Telltale signs
and
of
she-
a ghost.
And she was I know, facing the corner. Anyway, she was crying, and so the housekeeping, they were like, "Oh shit!" And they didn't want to deal with it. Also, they didn't know they don't really speak
A lot
English.
of
So,
English.
Yeah.
so they called security. So security came, and she was gone. No, she was no longer there. So now they have to do their protocol, walk through all the houses,
Right.
walk through all the floors and check the floors.
Right.
So the security made it apparently to the third floor. And when they got to the third floor, they were looking and they walked down the hall. And on the hall, there's like a balcony. On all the floors, there's like a balcony
Yes.
that you could look over to the second floor.
Down to the
Mhm.
Stern Grand Hall.
Yeah, Stern Grand Hall. So it overlooks. And when she got to the middle of that overlook, she heard a loud scream, like somebody in distress.
Fuck.
Yeah. And she looked down and she saw the lady like run straight into the founder's room, like under that. Oh shit! Just give myself chills. Anyway, she ran straight. She ran straight under that
I'm
awning.
fucking
And
shitting myself right now.
and she checked, and yeah, they couldn't find her anything. And then a lot of people say, a lot of housekeeping say that it's Dorothy Chandler like crying all the time, screaming, running through the halls right there.
Man.
I don't know why they would say that. but-
Why? You know why that? You know why that's fucked up?
Yeah.
Because like now, they literally like within the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, like Dorothy Chandler is like the fucking bitch. Like they talk about her.
Not the bitch. She's
No,
She
like
is
like that. No, that's what like chicks say. Like nowadays, they say like I'm that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
That
she was
bad
that
bitch.
She's
bitch.
She was
not a
that
chick
bad
from
bitch.
nowadays.
I don't think she gets.
No,
But
mad.
you
what
know
I'm
what?
no, you can't even give tours. And they talk about Dorothy Chandler.
Yeah, like
Oh,
she
you're
is
right about
the-
that.
She
yeah.
gave all this money and she was
because
this
she did.
amazing
She
person.
essentially started
Yeah,
the
and-
the foundation for the music center.
and like they say that
And they hire
she
rapists.
but I remember hearing that she got a lot of shit because she had married into money and that she was poor and her husband was rich, and when she married into her to her wealth, that she was very unaccepted by high society because she had a poverty background. So she did, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
to think like Dorothy Chandler now is painted as this woman with a smile and everyone loves her and she's the and really she might have been a very very
was a
like,
hurt
sad
soul.
person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because she was in a lot of pain. If she's running around screaming and crying, shit, I just gave myself chills. God
Yeah.
damn.
Ooh, you just.
Do you think we should go to
Are you
the
sure-
Dorothy and
are you
release her
sure
Would
it
soul?
you ever
wasn't-
would you ever go around the Chandler with like just flashlights? Like,
Fuck
there's no way you
fuck
could
nah.
do that. There's
No.
no way. If any fucking place is haunted, it's that fucking place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
you
I don't
know,
even like being
she's
there.
probably fucking sad. Her ghost spirit.
That's
is
what I'm.
probably,
Oh.
That's
it's
what I'm
probably
saying.
sad because it was probably on one of them days where they showed one of the new fucking operas that they made recently
Yeah.
and shit, and it was fucking whack. So she was just
Damn.
like, this
No, she was
disgrace
just
sad,
like,
like, ah,
fuck,
they
we have
playing
to-
this is my
shit
legacy.
here.
We have to free her soul. That's our job now.
I ain't fucking
No.
doing
No,
shit.
we're basically slaves to the corporation that she helped build. So
real.
fucking thank you, Dorothy fucking Chandler.
Hey man, she gave us a job.
it pays the bills.
essentially.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you, Dorothy.
And so, and then there's one more story, where security told me that there's a camera that faces the elevators to it faces the elevators and the founders, on Hope side, but it also faces the balcony and they can move the camera.
This is in Dorothy Chandler Pavilion.
Yes, in the
Okay.
same floor, same place that previous story I just told, and it faces. They were facing the camera outside where the glass doors are to go out to the balcony. And in the reflection, now these cameras, for the security, they're almost like HD. They're fucking like top-notch quality fucking video.
For real?
Oh, they're nice, dude. They can see you fucking.
zoom
They
the
can
fuck
they
in.
can see you pick your nose and then zoom in to see the fucking bloody booger you just picked out.
And
of your
Bloody?
head.
Why's it got to be bloody?
And
I'm pretty
then-
sure I've
I
done some
just-
shit. That
and then
I'm
zoom
pretty sure
in.
they've seen some.
Then zoom in and see you eat that booger.
Yeah.
Damn. So wait. So what happened? So what do they see?
So in the reflection of the glass doors, they see this little girl dancing around and
Oh
and
my
stirring around
God.
all. And they can only see it in reflection because whenever they turn the camera around, the little girl's gone. And they can't see. And then
Yeah.
they turn it back to the door, and she's there dancing, twirling around in the reflection. So yeah, that's
scary as fuck.
What's with the little girl spirits, man?
I don't know, man.
They're fucking mischievous.
They're
you
lingering,
know?
dude.
Th-
They
that
didn't get to
shit
live a full
passes
life.
to the afterlife.
Anyway, so you guys want to bring up the mood and play this?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
already going on
fuck.
45.
Yeah.
I'm also.
My
I'm
heart's
kinda-
my heart's
bring up the
beating,
mood.
man.
honestly, like I did not expect this to be this scary. I thought it was gonna be kind of stupid.
You want it.
but
You want it
I'm
scary.
fucking. I'm glad. I'm glad. Good.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Are we gonna play fucking Bean Boozled with this
Let's-
fucking trivia
Let's
question?
do
All
it.
Yeah.
right.
Trivia Pursuit.
Trivia
Bean
Pursuit
Boozled.
horror section. Bean
Fuck.
Boozled. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bean Boozled.
Yeah.
With your host, the Reverend.
Donald Trump.
You son of a bitch.
Donald Trump too.
Donald Trump.
I should have seen that coming.
Welcome to the World Series.
Play
I
the
am
goddamn
Brad.
game. Believe me, you're the host now.
Hey. All right, the guy who can't read. All right.
Oh, you're blind as fuck. Felipe lost his glasses.
Sammy.
It's all right. No, I can
Sammy
read. Look
can't read for real.
I can read it.
He can't read. He can't weave
No,
a wheel.
He's not
He's a tech
illiterate.
guy. I got it.
Okay, let's. Oh wait, how do we play? Isn't there a roll
Got your
dice?
back, Sammy.
So there's a roll dice.
So how do you like? Okay, I got it. Who's
Alright.
like? How do we
Okay,
say?
this is how I do it.
How do you
trying
answer?
to light for this?
No. Let's play in the dark.
Okay,
yeah,
we're gonna play in the
right,
dark.
play in the
So
dark.
you're gonna
Let's
roll this
strain
die.
our eyes.
You see this die right here?
Yeah.
You're gonna roll it. It has a bunch of colors on it. And whatever color
Colors?
whatever color it lands on,
What you got there? Numbers?
it's gonna pertain to a question that I'm gonna ask you guys.
Okay.
And some of them are multiple
Debate.
choice, some of them are not. Now, if you get the question wrong, great. You're great.
I'm
We
great.
love you. You're great. You know a lot. Now, if you
you.
get the question wrong,
Wait,
you're gonna.
If you get it right,
If you get it right,
you're great.
you're great.
If you
We
get it
love
wrong,
you. You pass. Next person goes on. Now, if you get the question wrong, you're gonna have to take a spin from that.
The Bean
little-
Boozled.
Yeah, the little Bean Boozled right there.
That's stupid over there.
Now the rules.
nice.
For those of you who don't know what Bean Boozled is, they
fuck.
have
we
two.
spin a wheel and we
That's-
eat jelly beans that
that's
taste like
stupid
shit.
over there.
Let's
Some
go.
of them are good. Some of them are
They-
good. Some of them are bad. We just
And
don't know
I
which
mean,
ones are which.
really
you
bad.
guys sure I should do this?
Come on.
No, I wasn't sure, but you got it. You're gonna do it.
Let's go and do it.
I
All right,
mean,
let's
I
Who's
play.
have
gonna
to.
go first?
I have
I'll go
to 'cause
first.
I ain't no
Hey, he's gonna
beer.
go first.
So I just roll
You
it.
just roll it.
What you
down.
got there? Colors?
Okay, what do we got there?
All right, what color is
I
that?
think that's
That's
blue.
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 All right, blue.
All right, let's see her.
What's blue?
Okay.
What's category is blue?
So how do we go? Like in terms of like who answers first? Is it I get to go first?
This is
Yeah,
your
well,
question,
this
bro.
is your question.
Oh, this is my
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. Okay, go.
That's how
So
you played this.
the director of Freaks,
Oh shit. Okay.
1932,
Yes.
No one knows that.
You cannot read.
also directed what 1931 Universal monster film?
Oh
This is
shit.
bullshit.
1931
Oh,
Universal
okay.
monster film.
Take a guess.
Wolfman.
That's a stupid guess.
One of us. No, let me.
Wrong.
Let me check. Let me
What's the-
check.
Frankenstein.
Eh,
What is it?
No.
Mummy.
fucking Elephant Man.
Nope.
No, that was in the 80s. Fool.
I don't give a fuck.
There it
Yeah, I
is.
just wanted to say it.
Dracula.
Dracula. Nosferatu. The undead.
So now you gotta spin.
I would
I gotta
have
spin
said
now?
give it to him if he would have said Nosferatu. This anywhere in the ballpark if it's that hard of a
I
question.
know. Well, shit. How
Wow.
Universal? It could have been that. It could have been Frankenstein. It could have been Dracula. I took a shot with Wolfman.
Frankenstein.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Whoa.
Let's see what I got
Don't
here.
set it on fire.
I got Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks. Now I gotta find that shit. How am I supposed to know?
You gotta
So
use the
dark?
fire.
Damn.
Fuck. Medieval.
You want to go with stinky socks?
You
'cause
wanna go with
it's,
spooky.
It's like it's it's obvious. It's gonna be the opposite.
I can't fucking see shit.
I told you. Wait. You're gonna.
Oh man.
I can't.
Sammy,
tell.
flashlight.
Sammy, flashlight.
Sammy, flashlight.
Sammy.
Tech
okay.
support.
Tell me which one is it? I can't tell. Can you tell?
You
Okay,
take-
I think it's this
You're
one.
taking away from the ambience.
Okay, get away. Get out of here.
Get the fuck back.
We just
Get
need
the
it for a
fuck back.
second.
Okay.
We're gonna
I-
need you. We're gonna
I
need you a
think
few
this
more
is
times.
the right
though.
one. So either way, it's either gonna
Either
shitty
way,
one
it's
or a
your
fucking one.
yeah.
Oh God! I got beer in the water.
You go. What is it?
Oh fuck!
What is it?
I don't know what the fuck I do with fucking that shit. I don't know. It might be kind of good. I can't tell, dude.
Ah, it's good.
Oh,
It's not
it's
bad.
not
You're
good.
fine.
It's not
It's
good.
not good.
What is it?
Saving
I don't know, dude. It tastes nasty.
Saving my
Okay.
beer.
Drink-
Stinky socks.
Stinky socks.
You got stinky socks.
It tastes like,
Sammy, smell his breath.
I don't know. It's weird. It's
That's
like it's
not-
sweet,
You
but also
also
there's like
smell support.
it's like it's sweet, but it has like a onion taste. I don't know.
Yeah,
See, blow
that's
your
stinky-
breath this way.
stinky
Blow his
socks.
breath.
That's stinky socks, bro. You got
Oh,
I mean, I've
yeah,
never had it.
socks.
I can't even. I really, honestly, I'm just confused.
Just taste
at this
another
point.
You're
one.
confused?
I don't even know if that was good or not. It was,
Okay, who's
Wait,
next?
wait. How
Okay.
many rounds of this are we doing?
We're gonna do one or two.
Look, you shut up and you roll that goddamn
You
dice,
fucking
okay?
shut the
Let's
fuck
go
I
in
am not
order.
the
Let's
only
go
one
in order.
eating
You want
bullshit.
to go next?
No,
Let's go in
but
order?
fuck.
Go in
Let's just do one
Alright,
round because we're already going
alright.
up on an hour. I don't want to go longer
Alright.
than that.
Okay.
All right, let's do it in order then. Fuck it, I'll go next.
Too
You already.
late.
You
What'd
already
you
rolled.
get?
What's that red?
Red.
No, that's not red.
That's not red.
Hold it to the candle.
It's fucking red.
Show-
Red. I told you it's red. All right, go.
All right, show the camera.
It's
Show the
not
camera.
red.
Show the
Mike don't
camera.
know shit.
Okay.
You're gonna fucking eat a dirty sock right now, you son of a.
Oh,
Here, go.
shit. Okay.
Let's see. Let me see.
What was
Man.
the name of the Stephen King novel that the film Pet Cemetery 1989 is adapted from?
Who the fuck knows that?
Reread the question.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right.
Pet Cemetery.
What was the name of the Stephen King novel that the
Novel.
film Pet Cemetery is adapted from?
I don't even fucking know that.
Fucking.
Fuck.
It's
You
easy.
know what I mean? It's easy. I'm gonna go ahead and guess the
Man.
Pet Cemetery.
Damn, you got it right.
I thought that was it,
I
but
was,
then like.
I was gonna fucking laugh if you got that shit wrong, dude. Because
So you don't have to spin. All right, next. Come on, J-Ran, let's get going.
fuck, you motherfucker. Where's that
They
die?
share the same name. Give him the die. Give him the
I
die.
remember.
thought so.
I remember seeing that shit in the credits, like in the beginning. It says from the fucking novel.
I
The
hate
Pet
questions
Cemetery.
like that. That's meant to trick you.
You got it right.
Aye.
Alright,
Orange.
fuck. What is that? Is that orange? Yeah, orange.
Okay.
Bitch. Watch
Alright.
orange be the hard ones.
Damn.
Damn. Let's see.
I got this.
You got this. And in A Nightmare on Elm Street series, Amanda Kruger is what school teacher, nurse, nun, or police officer?
Amanda Kruger.
Fuck.
That's a multiple choice too. So
Damn. Alright.
say the question again.
In the A Nightmare on Elm Street series,
Series.
so the 1984 to 1991, Amanda Kruger is what? School teacher, nurse, nun, or police officer?
Mm.
Well, let me fucking think.
And none
She-
as in a
he-
Catholic nun.
This
He-
is so. This
he-
is the series.
He
this
was
character
he
was in every
the
single
fucking,
movie.
He was like in the basement of a fucking school, though, right? Like, wasn't it shit? Like
well, that's
in the-
Freddy. He said Amanda Kruger.
Amanda
Amanda
Kruger.
Kruger.
So we don't know.
Well, Freddy
could-
Krueger is fucking
The
same
main
last
Krueger.
name.
He's the main
So
Kruger.
she's a sibling.
She's in a long
Fuck.
dynasty of
All right,
Krugers.
you know what? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go with my gut instinct, and I'm gonna say she's a fucking teacher.
I was gonna say that too.
Ooh, I think that's true.
Oh, you are wrong.
Oh,
Nurse.
nurse?
She was a nun.
Oh,
Ah,
what?
Fuck.
Yep, she was a nun.
Here, you gotta
Fucking-
spin.
I
Shit.
don't remember. I know I watched that movie,
Alright.
but I don't remember like the plot to fucking Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
or
especially
anything.
all of them.
Yeah.
Fuck. All
Like,
right.
man.
Son of a bitch. It's either a banana smoothie or a dead fish.
Oh, what does that look like?
Ooh.
What does that look like?
Fuck. Two of the same shit that I hate.
It's a blue.
You don't like banana
No.
smoothie?
No, I fuck with banana smoothies.
Oh, okay.
It's like a brown one or like an orange one with
But he
dots.
hates dead and he hates fish.
It's this one right
Mm.
here. Huh?
I'm not sure. It's your call.
I think it's this one. Fuck my life. All right, here it goes.
All right, here we go.
Hey,
drum roll,
yo.
drum roll, drum roll.
Banana smoothie.
Oh no! No! You got it, big
You
dog.
got it, you got it, you got
You're
it,
a
you
freak,
got it,
bro.
you got it, you
Come
got
on,
it.
you
Fucking
got it.
dead fish, yo.
That's fucked
That
up.
was dead fish. Oh, I don't want to go again. You go, Felipe. Fuck you.
Ah, you motherfuckers.
I want Mike to eat one. Fuck
Yeah, I
this.
got a question right.
Yeah, you
All
got
right,
it,
let's
man.
go again then. We're going again.
All right, all right, give him the dice. Give him the
Damn, that
dice.
shit was bad, yo.
Yeah.
That shit, oh, it tasted like
Okay, here we
fucking
go.
rotten ass fish sauce. And
Nasty.
Okay, what I got here? I got orange.
Orange. All right.
Okay.
Let's see here.
These are the ones you did already?
I still have
No,
some
the
in
ones
my
I did
teeth.
are over here. Let's see. You said orange?
Yeah, orange. Like the president.
Okay.
¿Qué?
What decade
What
is
decade?
Ouija Origin of Evil set in?
Oh shit. The
What?
decade?
Yeah, the 2016 film.
Yeah. No multiple choice, huh?
No.
What? I still fucking got it wrong.
Son of a bitch. All right.
Oh shit!
Is yeah?
Is it like it's a
If
decade?
he guesses this, like it's just.
It's pure luck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Wait, you don't know what the fuck I know?
All right. All right.
Shit. Okay, let's just do one more round. Okay, I know. No, because J-Rat's camera's fucking.
Oh, it's
the
dying.
bad
Hey,
battery
what?
dying.
So I'm down to go another fucking 3.
Oh,
shit.
all right.
Shit, fuck. The 40s.
No, you're wrong.
What is it?
1960s.
I
Yeah.
should have just said. I was almost gonna say the 70s. All right,
Oh,
what's
You
that?
still would have been wrong.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
circle.
Yeah,
Son of
yeah.
a bitch.
Damn,
Like that shit.
Light, Sammy.
I'm
Fucking
hearing you say these
disgusting.
questions. I'm afraid to go right now.
That last one was
Okay.
easy.
I got chocolate pudding or canned dog food. Son of a bitch.
Oh, that canned dog food's
Okay.
disgusting.
Okay,
Uh,
it's the dark one, huh?
Watch
Oh!
that fire. Watch that fire.
Ah, my hand. Okay.
I thought I smelled.
Okay,
some
here we go.
burning
Drum roll.
Oh, this
Drum
is
roll.
bad. I
You're
don't-
good.
we
You're
didn't
good,
even put
man.
any
You're
water,
good.
dude.
I believe. you.
Ah, I don't want to do it.
Uh-huh.
Chocolate pudding.
Yeah!
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, fuck, I already went once, motherfucker. All right, here. Oh no, you gotta roll the dice.
I like how you looked at me like chocolate pudding.
All right. Is that red?
It's red.
Red.
Okay, go.
Okay. You seem to have luck with the red.
Signifies blood.
Let's see. Or love, passion.
Yes.
If you want
For that.
blood. All right, go.
Okay.
Hurry up.
In The Descendant, 2005 film,
Mm-hmm.
who had an affair with the husband of Sarah Carter? Beth O'Brien.
Man, what the fuck? Who's seen these movies?
Beth O'Brien,
Descendants.
Sam Verriet, Juno Captain, or Rebecca Burnett?
This is just I'm making a guess. If I remember correctly, I think Descendant starring George Clooney. I think George Clooney did come out in that movie.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm taking a guess from these people.
Uh-huh.
Read the question again, please.
Okay.
Jesus.
In the movie The Descendant, who had an affair with the husband of Sarah Carter?
The husband of Sarah.
Yeah,
Carter.
Beth O'Brien,
Kyle Reese.
Sam Barnett, Juno Captain,
Mm-hmm.
or Kaplan? Oh,
Good
Kaplan.
Lord have mercy.
Juno Kaplan, or Rebecca Burnett?
Rebecca Burnett.
Let's see. Oh, it's Juno Kaplan.
Ooh, spurn it.
Juno. I thought that was a girl
Burnett.
name too, because the first two weren't
Juno,
weren't
no.
girl names.
Hey, here, I'll get that.
We can't see
Coconut or
anything.
spoiled milk?
Okay, here. Wait, what's the
Alrighty.
color though? Is it
It's
white?
white.
White, right?
That would be white.
Okay, go.
Oh, white.
It's all white.
Right there.
It's gonna be all white.
Come on, spoiled milk. All right, turn that shit off.
Okay.
Turn that shit off.
All right. You who are about to
Come
die.
on, hurry up and
We
eat
salute.
it. Yeah, come on.
You didn't
spoiled
put it in
milk.
your mouth.
Chew it.
He didn't
Chew
chew
it.
it.
Ah!
Don't fucking throw up on me, dude.
Oh, beer! Woo! Yes. Jay,
wait.
you want to go again or fucking?
Yeah. You can't fucking throw. I know you can't just swallow it. You gotta chew that shit.
fucking chewed it and it's stuck in my fucking shoe.
He's stuck in his
You
teeth.
gotta fucking chew it.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
Oh, shit.
I've been through this already.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have been through this.
Oh,
already.
that's right. We did this a while ago. Okay.
That's disgusting.
Fuck it. I'll go again.
Okay, one more time. All right. Let's make this the
All
last
right,
time.
Come on.
I ain't going again. Fuck.
That looks like green. What is
Yeah,
that?
green.
Green.
Yeah, that's green.
Is
Is
it
that green?
Yeah.
That's green.
Yeah, there's a
Were
green.
you colorblind?
I can't fucking see.
No, I know. I'm talking to J-Rat. Okay, go.
I love
Go.
weed.
So it's green? All right. In The Devil's Backbone in 2001,
Wow.
what type
Wow.
Where are you getting these fucking questions from?
Yeah, we paid way too much money for this. We
What
don't know any
type
of these questions.
of undischarged weapon rests nose down in the courtyard of the orphanage?
That's easy.
Oh, that one?
In the movie The Devil's Backbone,
Yeah.
what type of weapon?
Undischarged weapon rests nose down in the courtyard of the orphanage.
Undischarged weapon. Fuck.
If they would have said discharge, I would have been like,
I know that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Alright, it's gonna be. What's the name of the movie again?
Come on, answer
that
your
was
fucking
backbone.
battery's gonna
what
die.
goes
Answer it.
undischarged, J-Rat?
Come on, your battery's
It's
gonna
easy.
die.
It's easy.
A fucking sword, a knife.
Ah, no.
Oh, gun.
Undischarged bomb.
Oh,
Undischarged bomb.
I thought it was gun. I was like, a gun, you moron.
No.
Okay, spin the wheel.
Hatches
I
too,
have no
bro. Undischarged makes
Spin the
sense
wheel.
though.
Where's that
Spin the
damn
wheel.
light?
It's right
Fucking
here.
The Devil's Backbone.
Spin the wheel.
Never heard of that movie.
Never me either.
Never me either.
That was fucked up. Let me hear another question just for shits and giggles.
Hold on. We got a DJ Rat.
Son of a bitch!
What?
Fucking chocolate pudding or canned dog
Okay.
food.
Okay, go. Get the black one. Okay.
Oh, hold
Canned dog
on.
food
You're
doesn't seem
good.
too
I
bad.
believe in you.
Just
I
pick one.
believe.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You're gonna be.
Drum roll.
Oh, he got a chocolate pudding earlier.
Okay,
so
yeah.
you're
J-Rat,
also
wait,
your
wait, wait.
odds
Go.
ain't
Wait,
good.
wait, J-Rat, wait. Get closer to the light. Get closer to the
Yeah,
light.
there
No,
we go.
that's
Okay,
actually
Okay, go.
don't
Eat
go
it.
into the
No,
light.
eat it. Eat it.
He
Go.
got
Chew
chocolate
it.
pudding earlier,
Come
so
on.
your odds are
Battery's
bad.
gonna die.
Chocolate pudding.
Oh, which one is it? I don't know.
I can
You would
smell
know
it.
if it's chocolate pudding.
I can smell
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you can smell it.
Oh,
Smell
shit.
it, dude.
Bomb, huh?
Wow.
Oh,
my God.
That's fucking disgusting. You just ate dog food, bro. What?
That
Oh.
shit was fucking nasty.
All right.
But I made it.
Yeah, that
You
wasn't
did
too
it.
bad.
2 in a
It
row.
wasn't that bad.
It's-
It's weird. Like the first one I ate, that was bad. It was weird because I was like, it tastes bad, but sometimes it doesn't taste bad, but then it tastes bad.
No, that's just
Either-
all bad.
It's confusing.
You're just gross, man.
Either
I
that
guess
the
so.
dog food shit. is
Now the
not-
chocolate pudding, you'll know if it's a chocolate pudding. How about you do one, Felipe?
All right, I'll do a spin. Let me
Do a
see.
spin. Here, where's the spin?
Nah, give him a question.
Oh, you want to do a question?
What?
Yeah, but let him get it wrong. Yeah.
All right, let's get you
yeah,
around
Here's
here.
the dice.
Where's the fucking?
All right, but if I get it right, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck,
Here,
well,
you-
No, but we
fucking
went
do it.
twice, so you
well,
gotta
we're-
go twice.
We're all fair. We're fair here.
All right, fair is fair.
Go.
That's green.
Das ist green.
Okay. Go
Okay.
ask me the question.
So I just pick one.
Yeah, just pick anyone.
This is why I don't do the game show hosting. Shit. Green. Okay. In the Loved Ones, 2009.
Uh-huh.
What 2 letters encircled? Wait, is that green?
The last one. It's the last
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Okay, that's not the green one. It's not the
one. He
green.
burned himself
I
with the
burned-
wax.
Trying to
Okay.
get all erotic.
In
and
Deep
shit.
Red, 1975.
Okay, go ahead.
During what holiday does the murder in the drawing of the screaming child take place? During what holiday does the murder in the drawing of the screaming child
That's
take place?
easy. That's easy.
A holiday.
That's easy.
Presuming an
Yeah.
American one. Man,
Yeah.
my finger hurts.
Christmas.
I was gonna say Christmas.
Oh,
You gotta read the fucking answer.
okay. Christmas.
Yeah.
You fucking son of a bitch. Okay, you gotta go again. Go.
Alright,
again,
alright,
Chris.
alright,
Fucking
alright,
Christmas,
alright.
Christmas.
That was easy. What other holidays do
Everyone
they
knew
do in
that.
American
Yeah,
movies?
everyone knew that.
Wow.
Obviously, it wasn't gonna be Halloween.
That's
that
purple.
Okay, that's purple.
That's
You're
Thanksgiving.
colorblind, bro.
Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, that's the first one. In Signs,
The quantum physics.
2002, Science 2002, what is the term for the geometric shapes that the Hess family find in the fields of their farm. Oh, that's easy.
Crop circles.
Why do you get the easy one?
So
Wait,
easy.
crop circles. Son of a bitch.
Seriously, why the fuck did you get what
That was easy. That's the only one that all of us would have known.
I did too.
I
Fuck
know.
you
Even the
guys.
one before that we did.
Fuck, now we'd have to do another round.
Nah, I'm not doing another one. Really, you're fine. You're totally cool.
You fucking asshole.
That's insane.
All right, well, that concludes it for the fucking first annual Rev and Filo Halloween special. J-Rad, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Schmikey, good to have you back, bro.
Hey,
Miss
I
ya.
want to suck your blood.
Wee, wee, wee. All right, I guess we're done.
That was spooky.
See ya.
Hey, man.
I bet we could use that as a soundbite.
That was spooky.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks
That
for
was
any last
sick.
first. Those honestly, the scary stories. When I didn't realize were gonna be that scary. I forget what a big wimp I
That's what
am.
they call scary stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, Felipe. Any last words?
Yeah, your room's haunted. Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. No, it's not. I've lived in there for 2 years. Why would you say that? Fucking asshole.
Because you know deep down inside you feel it.
Nah.
You know it.
Look,
We heard all
if
the
my
fucking doors
if
slamming.
my room is fucking haunted,
So what?
what the fuck am I gonna do
Yeah.
about it?
Hey, Tyler,
Embrace it.
No,
You're
you
gonna
like
be scared.
you sit
later
there
on
and
when you
say,
go home. You're gonna see that
Just
girl
tell
from
her
the
to fuck
pavilion
off, that's
crying in your closet.
Oh, fuck you, bro. All right, see you guys later.
Later.
Fuck this.
Peace. In the Middle East.
Hey.